Israel is plotting against King Abdullah of Jordan, and here's why. As reported in Haaretz Israeli newspaper, the Israeli right government has some interesting plans. These include terminating the Israeli-Jordanian peace treaty because it recognizes Jordan's custody of Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, an important Islamic site. So by revoking the treaty and removing Jordan's control over the mosque, Israel would then be free to demolish it and build a Jewish temple in its place. That's the Zionist plan. But King Abdullah is in the way.
As custodian of those sites, do you believe the status quo and your role is threatened?
If people want to get into a conflict with us, we're quite prepared. I always like to believe that let's look at the glass half full, but we have certain red lines.
Another part of the plan is to ethnically cleanse current-day Palestine by expelling Palestinians from Gaza into Egypt and from the West Bank into Jordan, making Jordan an alternative homeland for them. And once these two territories are ethnically cleansed, Israel plans to annex them and eventually expand across the Middle East.
Today, I am announcing my intention to apply Israeli sovereignty to the Jordan Valley and the northern Dead Sea.
I mean, it all makes so much sense now. The war on Gaza is this plan in motion. Displace Palestinians, take over their land.
The Israeli military will maintain control of Gaza.
But King Abdullah has been in the way at every turn.
That is a red line. No refugees in Jordan, no refugees in Egypt.
He's been pushing the Palestinian cause onto the global stage and emphasizing to the West that the root cause of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict is the illegal Israeli occupation and the denial of Palestinian rights. And this has caused several world leaders to change their stance. For example, after meeting with the king, Belgium's prime minister pushed for an immediate suspension of the EU-Israel Association Agreement and an international criminal court investigation of Israel. So King Abdullah's strong stance against Israel's annexation plans and his refusal to allow the displacement of Palestinians infuriates Israel. Because without Jordan as an alternative homeland for Palestinians, Israel's annexation plans are at risk. You see, the apartheid state wants an exclusively Jewish homeland, and without a place to expel Palestinians into, they would stay. And so even a successful annexation of the West Bank and Gaza, Israel would be forced to become a binational state. I mean, in this scenario, Israelis and Palestinians would have to live together with equal rights, God forbid, including voting and representation in the Knesset. And that's a nightmare for Israel. So to push King Abdullah out of their plan's way, the Israeli right has been plotting to overthrow him and hoping to create discord in Jordan's community and incite a revolution against him. But that's never going to happen because the strong bond between people of Jordan and the king is kind of woven into the national identities. And the fight for Palestinian rights unites us all, people and leadership, under this shared sense of nationalism and humanity that no evil Zionist plan could ever change.